So welcome everybody, and good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are listening to this short interview. I'm doing today with our professional certified Ikigai coach in Mumbai in India, Monica Shah. So Monica, thanks for joining me today.
Thank you, Paul, for inviting me for this conversation.
It's really wonderful to have you on the team for India and for Asia Pacific. So let me open our conversation with the first question. So, from your perspective, do you feel that professionals that you are working with are these days focusing more on their personal purpose?
Um, this is a very interesting question, Paul, which I would say it's not just professionals, but I think companies have started thinking about this, and they are trying to think from a purpose-driven leadership point of view. So I can definitely talk about my organization, where we are trying to drive a cultural transformation, and to ensure that transformation is successful, one of the element that we are plugging in is helping leaders to discover their purpose and understand how that purpose will influence them to lead not just their teams or function, but to lead the organization eventually, and to ensure how that will impact our customer.
And that actually makes me happy because, we have had some discussions also in our community in terms of to what extent will also companies are, prepared to invest in helping their leaders or their people, spend time on unlocking their purpose. And really makes me happy to hear that your company is actually investing in this.
Yeah, and we are looking from a different point of view. Ikigai is one of the method that can help you to discover the purpose. The other way that we are trying to see are the methods about the Simon Sinek, who talks mainly from the organizational point of view, for organization to dig into the why. And that approach is a good narrative to start for the leaders to start thinking, okay, even I have my ikigai and I need to discover it. So definitely there are various ways, but I think with this particular ikigai format, it's helping us to actually give our leaders a set of questions that helps them trigger thinking, a few things that will help them to figure out what is their purpose. Because most of the leaders, especially since last 1 year, they are just leading the crisis as it is coming.
Mhm.
um, they themselves has not got that time to pause, to reflect, to think back, what is it that they bring on table as an individual, as a human. And this exercise helps them to do that. For some, because they are so driven by task now since last 1 year, that they are getting into the autopilot mode, it takes time for them. And when they do, after a lot of deliberation, I think they are realizing how important this exercise is, that they thought, or they never gave that much importance to discover how is it that their purpose can help them in leading their teams and support to deliver the results for company.
Yeah, yeah. And I sometimes use the metaphor of a whirlwind, where people are, working in the whirlwind, and the whirlwind sucks them into the center. And like I said, I think it's very good news that your company is actually investing in helping people, step out of this whirlwind, think about think about their purpose and how this contributes to their, to their job, to their work. I'm curious to learn, Monica, can you already share some first results or some how people respond to this?
Like I said, for many leaders, because they have just got into the mode of doing, getting action, getting into action, getting into results, I think the initial reaction with them is, okay, I need to think about this. It's going to take a little time, but then, it's also upon a facilitator, as well as the context that we set for our leaders in terms of why this is important. You know, um, Many times we all are getting into what to do and how to do, but we really don't know why we are doing what and how.
Yeah, exactly.
And when we actually help them understand this particular element, it resonates with them, that okay, there is something more to it, which can help them as an individual leaders to create that impact that they want to create. I mean, each leader wants to create that impact, but many times they are so driven by the task, they are so driven by the results, they are so driven by the targets, that they fail to see the connection of the deeper things which are below the iceberg.
I absolutely agree with you. And what you see is people often instinctively start to work harder, accelerate when the pressure gets on. But oftentimes slowing down and getting some perspective, oftentimes will pay dividends later on, and you will create more impact. Sometime later. So, let me for today say thank you, Monica, for joining us to be our Ikigai Coach of the month of May. And I would love to continue this conversation with you in the future. Thanks for your contributions, and we will speak again soon.
Thank you so much, Paul.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.